find me at the following addresses. And he mentions 2 addresses, Your Honor. Again, Your Honor, this is in protest to protect my rights and the rights of innocent resource persons currently invited and those who will be invited in the future. This is not to defy the Senate as an institution which I continue to respect. I am only pursuing the clarification of the limitation of what can and cannot be said by both houses during privileged speeches and what can and cannot be done during House inquiries against invited persons. Respectfully, Nicanor Faeldon, Your Honor.
All right, is that it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the chair will entertain any motion to render him in contempt. But in the meantime, I'd like to have a discussion with all the senators later on as to what we do about the case of Mr. Faeldon. The remarks are contemptuous. He has been properly invited and there's been a subpoena. And although he has some grievances, I would like the Senate to properly address this particular matter because some of the remarks may be taken into consideration. And I'd like to take that into serious consideration. Therefore, I will not hold the ruling unless there are any other objections to that effect. I will call a hearing. I will call a meeting immediately afterwards or maybe call a recess if anybody wants to do so right now. Any comments from the
Mr. Chairman,
yes.
may I just suggest that we take up that particular issue in an executive session among the members?
Yes, of course. That
Thank you,
was
Mr.
the
Chairman.
intention. That's why I wanted the recess. In the meantime, the following senators are in the floor: Senator Trillanes and Senator Aquino. We shall now proceed with the hearing. We'd like to thank all those witnesses who came here without need of subpoena. There was much said about having come here on invitation. That is always welcome. The subpoena is a last recourse only. Ginagamit lamang natin yan pagka kailangan ng talagang tawagin ang isang testigo at kung hindi haharap, meron mga sanctions dyan. In the meantime, we welcome all those who came here and I'd like to proceed post-haste. Mr. Lacson has made the reservation to speak. Go ahead, Mr. Lacson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My first question is addressed to the newly installed...
Excuse me, Senator Lacson. My fault. We'd like to administer the oath to those who have not been here yet, who have not been administered the note to.
Could we please request all those who are attending the hearing for the first time to...
Can you name them by names, please, individually,
yes,
and let the record state who they are?
Mr. Allen A. Capuyan.
Mr. Capuyan is on the left side with the checkered shirt.
And
Mr. Saban.
Mr. Saban, Vice Mayor Duterte, and Attorney Carpio, and Mr. Ruben Taguba, sir.
All right. Please raise your right hand.
Please raise your right hand.
Point of clarification,
Yeah.
pardon for interrupting.
It's
Is this the continuation of the 6.4 billion shabu shipment, or is this hearing called because of the privileged speech that I delivered last August 23? Just a point of clarification, Mr. Chairman.
Well taken.
Because if this is a new hearing, then we might as well, require everybody to take their oath.
This is a continuation of the previous hearing. The report has been pending for the last several weeks, and we have only held on it because there are new matters that keep coming up. In the meantime, what is the pleasure of the other senators? Would you like
Well,
us
if
to...
that's the case, then I withdraw my motion, if there was a motion.
Can you speak in the microphone, please?
Mr. Chairman, the way I understand it is that indeed you may continue with the original committee intention, but then you have mentioned that we are shifting also and including the privileged speech of Senator Lacson, and therefore we will probably, just to make sure, let's have everybody again take their oath. I think that will be the proper thing to do, and that is the intention of Senator Lacson asking.
The point is well taken. Let me make a clarification. On the matter of drugs, we're almost completed. I just want to make sure that we tie up some loose ends. especially some of the witnesses have finally arrived that we've been waiting for. And we wanted to see Mr. Faildon, and that's why we are still tarrying on this issue. But the point suggested has been made, and I would like to request everybody with apologies to stand up, including all those who have been given previous oaths, who have rendered their oaths previously, as well as the new ones who are here. Will everybody please stand up here? Let the record state that all those previously invited have taken their oaths, but they'll take new oaths right now. Go ahead.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this investigation? Please say, I do if you do. Let the record state that they have all answered in the affirmative, Your Honor.
Let the record state accurately and state their name on the record. One by one, Mr. Manny Lee. Can you please speak on the microphone?
Attorney Castillo.
Attorney Castillo. Mr. Richard Chan.
Mr.
or Tan. And then go ahead, please, Mr.
Mr. Capuyan. Yes.
Are you still a general or a colonel or what? Retired colonel. Thank you. Please sit down when I call your name. And also,
Mr. Saban.
no, colonel. Are you a colonel or
No, sir.
somebody said you were a colonel? Are you a civilian?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is your name?
Michael Saban, Your Honor.
Michael
Michael Saban.
Saban. Yes. Sit down.
Attorney Mandy Anderson.
I do.
Yes. Sit down.
Attorney Guzman.
Thank you, Director.
Attorney
I do, sir.
Gambala.
I do, sir.
Thank you, Depcon of Gambala. And the new Commissioner of Customs.
Commissioner.
I do.
Thank you. Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Vice Mayor. Attorney Carpio.
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you, Attorney Carpio.
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you,
Ms. Castillo.
Norman
Mr.
Balqueda.
Balquedra. Thank
Balqueda.
you.
I do.
Thank you. What's your name, ma'am? Excuse me.
Emiliana Castillo.
Emiliana Castillo, Your Honor.
Emiliana Castillo. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I do, sir. From COA, Danilo S. Mirasol.
Yes.
From COA, yes.
Yes, Ms.
Ms.
Taguba.
Ms.
Ms. Tatad.
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Marceliana.
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Marceliano.
Mr. Taguba.
I do, Your Honor.
Taguba Senior.
Mr. Ruben Taguba, welcome.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And Kenneth Dong. Thank you. Right. Let the record state also that Senator Pacquiao is also here. Mr. Stanley Co.
Mr. Stanley Co.
There are still seats here. Can you come down?
Mr.
Where's
Ragos.
Mr. Pinawin? Was Mr. Pinawin here earlier?
Pinawin.
Would the Sergeant at Arms look for Mr. Pinawin and Mr. Rainier? Please state your name.
Rainier Ragos.
There's a microphone.
Rainier Ragos, Your Honor.
Ragos. Thank you.
So, nag-oath ba sila? Tumayo ba sila kanya?
Mr. Pinawin is here? Dumating ba si Mr. Pinawin? Nandiyan kanina. Pakitawag mo nga. Ayo. Oh, he's here. May we respectfully suggest that any witness who will excuse himself, please properly do so, so we don't have to look for you? Does everybody understand, please? Mr. Pinawin, you are not supposed to go out unless we tell you to do so. Raise your hand. Mr.
Mr.
Pinawin,
Pinawin.
raise your hand.
Could you please,
Take your oath.
you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth in this investigation?
All right. Senator Lacson is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I said earlier, my first question will be addressed to the newly installed Bureau of Customs Commissioner and the other officials of the Customs Bureau. And this is actually the central issue in my privilege speech. Is there corruption in the Bureau of Customs? That's my question.
There is, Your Honor.
Kindly elucidate.
Well, when I assumed as the Commissioner of Customs, the information I got is there was this TARA system. And the TARA system is actually a lagay system to facilitate the movement of the goods of certain businessmen. But this has
With the permission of Senator Lacson, Dennis Baniago, where are you? Dennis Baniago, are you here? Will you please sit down? And I believe Miss Emily Anoche is also here. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. They just arrived.
You just please raise your right hand also and repeat after the ComSec.
Mr. Maniego, pwedeng mag-oath po tayo, pati
Pati si Emily.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this investigation? Yes. Please sit down.
Please proceed, Senator Lacson. Thank you.
May I also pose the same question to Director Gambala. Is there corruption in the Bureau of Customs?
As far as I know, sir, when I arrived in the Bureau of Customs, sir, there are issues regarding extortion, sir, harassment, as well as issues that people will help importers or other unscrupulous persons to undertake smuggling, sir, or technical smuggling, sir. That's the issues I was confronted or I was told when I was arriving in the Bureau of Customs, sir.
Meron bang TARA system sa Customs Bureau?
Yes, sir. That's what I heard, sir. Yes, sir.
Attorney Mandy?
Yes, Your Honor. There's a TARA system in the Bureau of Customs.
Can you provide more details, please?
When we sat, Your Honor, I had the opportunity to talk to different rank and file employees, and some of them would mention that there was a system of distribution of money, but that was all I got from them.
Regular.
Yes, regular.
In other words, TARA. Yung sinasabi ni... Yung
They didn't call it
lahat.
TARA. They just said there was a regular distribution of money.
Mr. Pinawin, is there corruption in the Bureau of Customs?
Yes, Your Honor. Kaya nga po nakalabas yung 605 kilos ng shabu sa Bureau of Customs, Your Honor.
Provide more details. Kasi ikaw, gaano katagal ka na sa Bureau of Customs? Unlike Director Gambala, Attorney Mandy, halos mahigit 1 taon lang sila dun eh. No? Ikaw ang mas maganda tanungin. Ilang taon ka na dyan sa Bureau of Customs?
Sir, I entered Bureau of Customs December of 2009, Your Honor.
2009, 2017. Okay, sige. Ituloy mo yung detalye ng corruption sa Bureau of Customs.
Excuse me, Senator Lacson. He said, kaya nga nakalabas yung droga.
Kaya nga I want more details, Mr. Chairman.
Pakisabi mo kung bakit.
Sir, during the previous hearings, it was highlighted na kaya po nakalabas yung 605 kilos ng shabu dahil dumaan po dun sa green lane. So since ito po ay general merchandise, so supposed to be galing China, so supposed to be ito po ay dapat under sa red lane. So ang sinasabi po nila, kaya po nagiging green, may nababayaran po sa Bureau of Customs kaya pumapasok sa green lane, Your Honor.
Sino mga binabayaran? Para makalabas ang isang kargamento o para dumaan sa green lane, sino yung dadaanan ng mga TARA? Opisina muna, sa kanila natin pag-usapan yung mga tao. Ano-ano mga opisina ang dadaanan, tatarahan, para lumabas ng very smooth yung kargamento, whether shabu ang laman, o general merchandise ba yan, o kung ano man ang laman, ano-ano mga opisina ang dadaanan?
Your Honor, wala po akong ebidensya para ituro po kung anong mga
Hindi ko
opisina.
hinahanap yung ebidensya sa iyo. Saka na natin hanapin yung ebidensya. Ang sinasabi ko, dahil ikaw ang pinakamatagal sa Bureau of Customs, sa mga naririto, so more or less alam mo yung kalakaran, sino ang dadaanan ng proseso para makalabas ang isang kargamento at lalo na para dumaan sa green lane?
Your Honor, ang chismis po.
Hindi chismis, yung alam mo, information.
Sir, ang pagkakaintindi ko po, ang unang nilang kakausapin dyan is yung RMO.
Sige, tuloy mo.
Para po maging green lane.
Ano
Your
yung
Honor.
RM mo?
Risk Management Office, Your Honor.
Proceed.
Yun lang ang nalalaman ko, Your Honor, na
Alam mo, mahirap kang paniwalaan pag yun lang alam mo. Hindi ka na namin paniniwalaan dito dahil ikaw ang pinakamatagal dito sa Bureau of Customs. Kaya ano pa yung mga dadaan ng opisina?
Sir, can I consult with my lawyer?
You invoking your right against self-incrimination?
Okay. Ang pagkakaintindi ko lang po, sir, sa ano is yun nga po, ikakausapin nila yung RMO para maging green siya or maging yellow to avoid po yung mapunta sila sa red lane, Your Honor.
Dahil sa red line may inspeksyon. O kaya
Dahil
X-ray.
sa red lane po is may X-ray and may physical examination,
Sige,
Your
susunod.
Honor.
Sinong kakausapin susunod?
Ang alam ko, sir, ang susunod na kakausapin nila dyan is the district collector and yung assessment ng district, Your Honor.
Sinong kakausapin nila sa RMO?
Sa RMO, sir, ang yun lang po ang naririnig ko. Nagpapaalam
No,
sir,
no,
sila
no. We're not
RMO.
interested yun narinig. Ang kailangan, yung alam mo. Matagal ka na dyan, sabihin mo ang alam mo.
Sir, yung alam kong kinakausap po sa RMO nagretiro na po, Your Honor.
Sino yun?
A certain Mr. De Vera, Your Honor.
Kailan nag-retire?
I think last year or this year, Your Honor.
Hindi pwedeng I think. Kasi nangyari ito May 25.
I think it's last year, Your Honor, na mag-resign, na mandatory retirement po yung certain Mr. De Vera, Your Honor.
Okay? You're happy with that?
I'm not happy, Mr. Chairman. Hindi kompleto yung istorya.
So, kompleto ay may istorya mo. Alam mo yan. Ikaw ay batang stadium kung tawagin. Andiyan ka. Nababanggit yung pangalan mo palagi. Kaya ngayon ka maghugas. Sabi mo kung sino sa RMO ang binibigyan ngayon ng tara.
Sir, yun nga lang po yung pagkakaalam ko na ang kinakausap nga po is yung Mr. De Vera.
Ang sabi mo kanina, with the permission of Senator Lacson, I'm not trying to, sabi mo, kaya nga po lumabas yan dahil may tara.
Yes, Your
Pero
Honor.
alam mo kung sino ang binigyan nung panahon na yan.
Sir, ang problema ko po is chismis lang po yun. Wala po akong personal knowledge with regards po dun sa tara sa RMO, Your Honor.
Ikaw ba nakatanggap na ng tara? You're under oath, Mr. Pinawi, na. Nakatanggap ka na ba ng tara? I will not go into the details, ano? Pero ang tanong ko lang, general question, nakatanggap ka na ba ng tara sa loob ng 8 taon na nandiyan ka sa Bureau of Customs?
Sir, 7 years pa lang po ako.
O sige, 7 years, maski 5 years. Nakatanggap ka na ba ng tara?
Hindi pa po, Your Honor.
You're under oath, Mr. Pinawin.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anyway. Mr.
Just for the
Chairman,
record, sir, with information, there are 2 people already who listed you down. Nakatamanggap ka ng tara. Sinabi ni Mr. Taguba, tumanggap ka ng tara.
Sir, I can, if I will be given enough time, sir, I can dispute the allegation against me by Mr. Taguba, Your Honor.
You're under oath. You can say
yes,
that
sir.
whatever you want.
It is stated, sir, in my affidavit dated June 2, submitted to the Bureau of National Investigation, Your Honor. I was the one who called up, I was the one responsible for the bringing up of Mr. Taguba and Mr. Kenneth Dong to NBI, Your Honor. During the May 26 operation, my staff in MICP informed me that the said shipment belongs to Mr. Taguba. That's why on May 29, I asked one of my personnel to invite Mr. Taguba para po magpaliwanag doon sa shipment na nahuli namin noong May 26. And nung dumating siya sa office ko, Your Honor, he explained na kanya yung shipment pero hindi niya alam na drugs yung shipment. That's why itinuro niya si Mr. Kenneth Dong. That's why ang sabi namin sa kanya, kung talagang hindi sa'yo yun, palutangin mo si Mr. Kenneth Dong. And we agreed na lulutang si Mr. Kenneth Dong sa Manila Hotel po. That's why I informed NBI na darating si Mr. Mark Taguba and Mr. Kenneth Dong sa Manila Hotel. So nagpadala po ng 2 tao ang NBI at 2 tao ko. In-invite po si Kenneth Dong at saka si Mark Taguba sa Manila Hotel. Dinala po sila sa National Bureau of Investigation for questioning, Your Honor.
Ano nangyari?
They were questioned po sa NBI. That's why yun nga po yung sinasabi ko, mayroon pong axe to grind si Mr. Taguba laban sa akin dahil I was the one responsible for bringing them to the National Bureau of Investigation, Your Honor.
All right. That is your defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chairman, as a background, the reason why I delivered that privilege speech last August 23 is that I felt I owe it to those who were consistently and persistently providing information about the TARA system in the Bureau of Customs. And rightly so, kasi mismong SWS ang nagsasabi, since 2005 hanggang 2016, yung Bureau of Customs, ito yung most corrupt agency. And if you remember, Mr. Chairman, doon sa mga hearings, doon sana lang ako magtatanong ng bits and pieces of information. Tatanong ko sana yung mga resource persons, especially from the Bureau and Mr. Taguba. Pero dahil nga sa mga circumstances na hindi naman talaga ako natuloy magtanong, minabuti ko na lamang na i-compose yung lahat ng information, i-consolidate into a privileged speech. Now, nandun yung mga detalye, and we vetted very objectively all the information that we received. In fact, kinonsolidate namin, binalidate from customs officials themselves, from brokers, players, even groups, other individuals. And what did Mr. Feldon do? Instead of confronting the issue, he accused my son of being a cement smuggler. Well, for the record, Mr. Chairman, nakapag-aral tuloy po ako ng TCCP, ng Tariff and Customs Code dahil doon sa inakusahan yung aking anak. Nagtanong-tanong din ako sa mga dating commissioners, dating collectors. Wala pong taripa, zero tariff ang cement. Ano yung i-undervalue mo? Kasi sabi ni Mr. Feldon, nag-undervalue ng 50%. Ano i-undervalue mo sa zero? Kasi sabi ng ASEAN Free Trade Area, pati yung ATIGA, ASEAN Trade in Goods Agreement, or yung expanded, yung ACT FTA, zero tariff. And then, all of a sudden, instead of confronting the issue, he diverted the issue. Nagbubula yung bibig, nag-hire ng PR firms, nagpakita ng bahay na sira-sira, at nag-accuse. That's why I also feel what President Duterte feels, because I'm not prejudging anybody here, no? And with my apologies to Senator Trillanes, ganun din kasakit. Andito ngayon si Paulo, inibita natin, dahil ganun din ang accusation. And it's up to him to defend himself. But as a father, alam kong mali yung sinasabi ni Peldon, that's why I also confronted the issue head-on. Because alam kong false and malicious yung kanyang accusations. You know, nakikinig siya kay Mr. Ordonez. Mr. Ordonez, ang tawag po dyan sa kanya, barker eh. Kasi nagpo-protekta ng mga ilang interest dito sa local industry, fine. Pero wag siya magturo ng mga mali-maling information. You know, Mr. Ordonez is now facing an administrative complaint before the Philippine Competition Commission, violation of Section 14, yung restricting competition, and Section 15, yung abuse of dominant position. And the Philippine Competition Commission, for the information of this committee, Mr. Chairman, meron silang nakitang reasonable grounds to proceed with that administrative complaint filed by former Undersecretary Vic D. Magiba of DTI. Sinasabi niya yung freight cost. Ang freight cost, wala naman pakialam yung Bureau of Customs, Mr. Chairman, kasi that's between the shipper or the importer and the supplier. Pag nakalagay doon, $8 per metric ton, that's it. And customs could be guilty of abuse of discretion pag pinakialaman mo yon. Anyway, I'll go back to my previous question. Sino ba bang mga taga-customs dito na pwedeng tanungin?
With your permission, Mr. Senator Lacson, I'll just go back to Mr. Pinawin. Mr. Pinawin, sabi mo sa kanya, dali niya si Kenneth Dong. Idinahilan niya ba si Kenneth Dong sa'yo na nagdagay ng drugs?
During the during the interview po with Mark Taguba on May 29, Your Honor, ang paliwanag niya po sa amin, hindi niya alam kung anong laman po ng shipment at ang nakakaalam daw nga po ay si Mr. Kenneth Dong. That's why ang sinabi namin sa kanya, tulungan mo kami, tutulungan ka namin.
Kanino sa kanya?
Ano po?
Sinabi mo sa kanya, kaninong kanya?
Sinabi ko po kay Mark Taguba na tulungan niya kami, palutangin si Kenneth Dong para nga po malaman namin kung sino po talaga yung totoong may-ari ng shipment, Your Honor. So, ang una pong sinabi ni Mark, sige, tatawagan po namin si Kenneth Dong, mag-set po siya ng meeting kay Kenneth Dong. Ang unang sinabi ko nga po sa kanya is sa Shakey's dahil yun po yung pinakamalapit na restaurant sa office ko. Sa likod lang po kasi yun ng Manila Hotel, Your Honor. And then he texted me around past 11, ang sabi niya, nalipat daw po ng Manila Hotel. That's why nung sinabi niyang nalipat ng Manila Hotel, we informed NBI po na darating si Kenneth Dong at si Mark Taguba.
Dinampot ba sila ng NBI?
They were invited po, Your Honor, to go to NBI that day, Your Honor, May 29 po.
And is Director De Guzman aware of what happened then?
I don't have personal knowledge. It's our investigators, Your Honor.
Is he here? Can you please come forward very fast? Raise your right hand again and repeat after the ComSec.
You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in its investigation.
Your name, please. Can you please press the microphone?
Agent Dennis Sian, Your Honor.
Dennis?
Dennis Sian.
Yes, you were here before. Dennis, meron ba nangyari doon kay Kenneth Dong? Nabalitaan niyo ba? Ano nakuha niyong investigation niyo?
Your Honor, what happened then was that Mr. Taguba and Mr. Kenneth Dong, they were invited for an interview.
Nasabi na yun. Ano nangyari sa interview? Anong findings niyo?
So, nagtanong po kami regarding po doon sa shipment. And wala pa ho talaga kaming alam noon. Ang pinakiusap po namin sa kanila, kasi meron nung binabanggit si Mark noon na broker niya. So, ang sabi ho namin, kung pwede, pakicollate lahat ng documents at gusto lang namin malaman yung particular shipment na iyon, paano nakarating
And
yun
to make
sa
a long
Pilipinas.
story short, he did that.
Mr. Taguba did not submit a statement, Your Honor.
He did not. So
Yes,
hindi
Your
niyo pa alam kung si Kenneth Dong talaga ang nagpadala nun.
Mr. Kenneth Dong eventually submitted a statement, and he brought with him Mr. Manili, who also submitted a statement regarding the shipment. So, doon po nagkatagpi-tagpi ngayon that we learned na ang lumapit po kay Mr. Manili ay si Mr. Chen Julong naman po. So,
Si Chen Pulong.
yes, Your Honor.
Lumapit kay Manili.
Mr. Manili po, para ho maghanap po ng broker. And then si Mr. Manili po, nilapitan ho si Mr. Kenneth Dong. Mr. Kenneth Dong, nilapitan ho si Mr. Mark Taguba. And then, nagsubmit din po ng statement itong si Miss Irene May Tatad na wherein she revealed na ano lang po daw siya, consignee for
So wala
hire.
kayong nalaman doon? Wala kayong nalaman na droga doon?
Wala po. Yung doon po sa initial interview po namin sa kanya.
Sa initial interview.
Opo.
Later on, meron?
Yun na nga po, yung pong pag-ship po nila baling ganyan, sila po yung nag-facilitate ng shipment.
Well, na-take up na namin yan. Na nagpadala dito ay yung Hanpei. No? Sila nagbalot, sila naglagay ng mga cylinders na binuksan ni Mr. Estrella, na Estrella na kung ano. Pero balikan ko na siya. Ikaw ang nagsabi na kaya nga nakalusot yung drugs eh. Paano mo nalaman may drugs yan? Paano mo nalaman na gano'n, Mr. Pinawin?
Sir, nung una hindi po namin alam na may drugs po talaga. Kasi nung pumunta po kami sa Valenzuela, ikwento ko po muna, sir. 11 o'clock po tinawagan ako ni Colonel Estrella. I was informed na maghanda po ako ng tactical team at may operation daw po kami. So pinapunta niya ako ng Valenzuela, minute niya kami sa may Pure Gold, sa may Paso de Blas, Your Honor. And then sabi niya, hinihintay niya yung Alpha. So around past 12, dumating
Ano yung
po
Alpha?
Asset, Your Honor.
Asset.
So nung dumating po nung past 12 yung Alpha, nag-usap po si Colonel Estrella at saka it turned out si Mr. Richard Tan doon po sa loob ng sasakyan ni Mr. Tan. So hindi ko po alam kung ano na pag-usapan nila inside doon po sa Toyota Grandia na auto ni Mr. Tan. And then
Ano na namin yan? Tapos
Yes,
ano
sir.
naging role mo?
Actually, ang naging role ko po doon is, nung binuksan po namin yung crate, ang expectation po kasi namin nung bubuksan yung crate, andun po yung shabu. So nung binuksan po namin yung crate, wala pong shabu, andun po cylinder. I was the one who suggested na buksan yung cylinder kasi meron po kaming experience sa NAIA na may dumating pong 4 na water
So
pump.
kasama ka nung nagbukas?
I was there, Your Honor.
Saan lugar?
Sa warehouse po ni Mr. Tan.
Ngayon lang lumabas yan, ha? Kasama ka pala doon sa warehouse ni Mr. Tan nung binuksan yan.
I was there, Your Honor.
At ikaw ang nag-instigate dahil meron kang experience.
Sa
na may dumating NAIA.
sa NAIA po may dumating na 4 na water pump, Your Honor. Ang laman po nung una idinaan po yung sa X-ray, yung 4 na water pump, hindi po nakita may shabu. So since may information po coming from the Taiwan police, we open, sir, yung water pump. And sa loob po ng water pump may lamang shabu.
Hindi na tinatanong natin. Huwag mo akong ililigaw. Naandun ka sa loob ng warehouse, ikaw ang nag-instigate na buksan ninyo.
No, sir. I give an opinion po to Colonel Estrella na yun nga po, since may experience kami sa NAIA, baka nandun din po sa loob nung
Ayusin mo
cylinder.
na yung statement mo, and I will call Mr. Lacson here now. Dahil sinabi niya, ikaw yan eh.
Yes, sir.
Ang totoo niyan eh, pagkatapos doon, saan ka nagpunta? So, Senator Lacson.
I stayed in the warehouse, Your Honor.
At pagkatapos doon, nabuksan niyo, saan ka nagpunta?
Hindi pa ako umalis ng warehouse, Your Honor, kasi I was instructed by Colonel Estrella to secure the premises, Your Honor.
Hindi ka umalis doon?
Hindi po.
Hindi ka nagpunta kala Chile?
The following day, we went to Anoche, this house, Your Honor, May 26 na po nung hapon, together with the elements of NBI and PDEA to conduct po yung control delivery, Your Honor.
Senator Lacson? Tell me the truth. Anong oras kayo nandun? May 25 kayo nakita doon sa Pure Gold, correct?
Maghahating gabi na po ng May 25.
Alas 11 ka tinawagan. Dumating kayo doon, anong oras? Alauna na.
No, Your Honor, I was there. We arrived at the area around 12 midnight, Your Honor.
O, di ka, 26 na nga. Pagkatapos doon, nag-stay ka doon sa warehouse, walang sinasabi si Estrella na kasama ka. Binuksan ninyo yung, pinarsan nyo yan. Binuksan nyo.
We entered the premises, Your Honor.
Hindi ko tinatanong you entered. Tinatanong ko you opened up the cylinders.
Yes, sir. We opened the cylinder upon the instruction of Colonel Estrella, Your Honor.
Yeah. Tapos, bakit mo sasabihin 26? Eh, 26 na yan. Tumuloy kayo doon sa Kala-Anochery.
Sir, 26 na po ng mga past 5 ng hapon na po yun nung nagpunta kami kay Anoche D, Your Honor.
All right. I'll take your word for it. I'll get back
And
to it.
when we entered, Your Honor, we have the waiver po.
Ano?
We entered the premises of Mr. Tan's warehouse, sir, because he gave us permission and a waiver, Your Honor.
In effect, ikaw ang nagbukas ng pinto, di ba? Pinabuksan mo yung pinto kay Kwan, kay Anochery.
Ako yung kumatok, sir, sa house ni Mr. D.
All right. Senator Lacson, please.
No, yung thrust ng mga questions ko kanina, Mr. Chairman, yung tukol sa TARA. So, gusto ko lang i-pursue yung mga tanong ko. Mag-provide pa ng additional details si Pinawin. Sino pa dadanan? Aside from mo, sino pa dadanan? Kay chismis yan, kay information mo yan, kay may personal knowledge ka, saan pa dadaan? Bago tuluyan makalabas sa gate.
Sir, yun lang ang alam ko nga po is RMO and then the district collector's office, Your Honor, yung district collectors at saka po assessment. Kasi doon naman po dumadaan yung mga documents, Your Honor.
Okay, in the meantime, I'll yield the floor to Senator Trillanes.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman. Sisimulan ko yung aking mga katanungan kay Mr. Mark Taguba. Mr. Taguba, nag-press release ka, nag-apologize ka at may mga kinaklarify ka. Ngayon ang tanong ko, alin dun sa testimony mo ang binabawi mo?
Your Honor, kasi yun nga sa
Hindi,
media,
meron ka bang binabawi? Wala.
hearsay lang po. Yun po ang
Pero dun
consistent
sa mga
naman po
sinabi mo na una, wala kang babaguhin doon? Yun ba
Wala
yan?
po.
Wala. Okay. So, alam naman natin kung ano yung hearsay at personal knowledge. So, ano na yan? Eventually, sa korte, liliwanag naman yan. Okay? O, sige. At least maliwanag yon na si Mr. Mark Taguba ay hindi binabago yung kanyang statement despite the press release. So, may mga kinaklarify lang siya. Okay. Ngayon, dun sa yung testimony mo, ang tinuturo mo na point person or contact person dito sa Shabu shipment ay si Mr. Kenneth Dong. Tama ba?
yung container pong yun. Pero, Your Honor, kailangan ko pa rin sabihin na kailangan muna ipatunayan na doon nga sa container na yun nanggaling yung
Okay. Naintindihan ko yun. It will be, that's your contention na as far as Mr. Taguba is concerned, walang laman ng shabu yun. But, pinag-uusapan lang natin dito, ito yung mga allegations on hand na yung container van na yun eventually na-discover sa Valenzuela na may shabu. Sa korte, i-assert mo na hindi mo alam yan kasi meron kang ibang packing list. Di ba?
At the same time po, yung inconsistency po ng mga report ng CIIS.
Okay. So, sige. So, ang tinuturo mo, contact person si Mr. Kenneth Dong.
Opo.
Okay. Ngayon, ito si Mr. Kenneth Dong, Ayan. Okay yan. Yung, sino kasama mo dyan, Mr. Kenneth Dong? Yung nasa dulo, wag mo na i-mention yung nasa gitna.
Si Mr. Paulo Duterte.
Paulo Duterte. Okay, next picture. Ikaw ba yon, Kenneth Dong? At sino yung kasama mo dyan? Yun yung nakaturo. Tama ba? Yung pag-picture?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Kenneth Dong at Mr. Paulo Duterte. Hindi kayo ano rito, Itong picture na to na naghaharutan sa kwarto, hindi ito acquaintance. Okay? Yan lang yan. Next. Si Mr. Taguba, minention mo, doon sa text message mo, na nung nagka-problema ka, ay pumunta, nag-ano ka ito pa pala. Si Kenneth Dong at si Mr. Baste Duterte. Hindi ko na lang i-include muna si Mr. Baste kasi wala namang lumabas so far. Ngayon, dito pero just to prove na ikaw ay family friend. Okay? Ngayon, ikaw, Mr. Taguba, you pointed to Mr. Small Abellera as part of the Davao Group na nung nagkakaproblema ka sa shipment, ni-refer ka ni Jojo Bacod kay Tita Nani, tapos si Tita Nani, ipinakilala yung grupo, si Jack, tapos eventually si Small. Tama ba yung sinasabi ko?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, yes. So, ito si Small. Si Small Abellera, wala na ata siya ngayon dito, and si Mr. Paulo Duterte. Next picture. So talagang ito, hindi ito basta-basta acquaintance lang, kasi city councilor ito ng Davao at vice mayor naman si Paulo Duterte. Next picture. So okay, next picture. So yan. Okay. Yan si Small Abellera. Ngayon, punta tayo, sinasabi mo, ang shipper nung container van is sino?
Shipper si
Richard, sino? Yung logistics provider, sino yan?
Si yung Hong Fei. Pero ang
Hong Fei.
Ang nakalagay po sa dokumento ata.
Pero Hong Fei eventually yan.
Yes
Diba?
po, Hong Fei po.
Si Richard Tan, Richard Chen, Richard Tan. Okay? Ito si Richard Tan, Richard Chen. Ikaw ba yan na nasa Malacanang?
我是参加那个商总宣誓就职，去我们这边拍照。商总，宣誓就职。
Your Honor, oath-taking daw po nila sa association nun.
Ha?
Oath-taking po, sir.
Okay. Pero ikaw pa rin yung na-identify na eventually na shipper nitong 6.4 billion pesos na drug shipment na nandiyan ka sa Malacanang. Okay, next. Punta tayo dito doon sa privilege speech ni Senator Lacson, na-mention niya yung Davao Group na big players na nagpapasok. Okay? Sige, next. Dito sa Davao Group, na-mention niya itong si Mr. Charlie Tan. Okay, Charlie Tan. Ngayon, dito sa testimony, let me just introduce Mr. Charlie Tan. Dito sa testimony ni Mr. Las Cañas dito sa Senado, ito yung kanyang statement from the transcript, and I quote, noong na-delay na ito ng husto, meron siyang gisabi sa akin na 100% siya binalahan ni Charlie Tan ng illegal drugs, particularly shabu, ang aking van. Ito ang sinasabi, ang kausap niya rito ni Mr. Las Cañas ay si Mr. Paulo Duterte. So pinapa-escortan niya. So pagdating ng van sa Davao, escortan mo ang van, ipa-deliver natin doon sa isang barangay, sa kanyang barangay na Catalunan Grande, at pag-open ito, kung may laman, huliin mo si Charlie Tan. So nag-agree si Mr. Las Cañas. Ngayon, pero nung sinundan namin ang van, bago ako makarating sa basketball court sa Catalunan Grande, tumawag si Vice Mayor Pulong. Ang sabi niya sa akin, arbor ko na lang bro. ako na lang bahala kay Charlie. Okay, so that is Charlie Tan. Ngayon, dito sa text message mo nung the day after nung na-discuss dito si Mr. Charlie Tan, lumabas sa text message ni Tita Nani sa'yo. Nakalagay dito, March 7, "Good morning, Mark. Let's meet from the Blue Bay at UCC, but let's go to a place in the area that's at least less people. FYI, all special of the Teves brothers this week will not enjoy any privilege in cut off na Charlie Tan and Henry Tan." So, lumalabas na itong nababalidate yung privilege speech ni Senator Lacson. Ngayon, sino ba itong Charlie Tan? Sige, pakita natin. Ito si Charlie Tan. Okay? Charlie Tan and Mr. Paulo Duterte. Sige. Yan. O, hindi na siguro incidental yan kasi magkatabi na talaga sa aeroplano. Sige. Uy, nagbiyahe sila, I believe, sa China yan or something. Charlie Tan and Paulo Duterte. So, malalim ang samahan dito. Sige, next photo. Ayan. So, yan, mga hotel rooms na yan. I don't know, pina-find out pa namin yung mga other Chinese nationals na nandoon. Yan, sige, next. Then ito, talagang malakas ito. Ando doon, no? Sa Office of the President. Na ito, ano na ito, as early as 2012, 2013, a suspected drug lord na itong si Charlie Tan. Okay? Smuggler at drug lord, and yet, diretso talaga, hindi lang kay Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte, kundi sa kanyang tatay. Kaya nga, ang pinag-uusapan ay, sabi ni Mr. Las Cañas, ang mukhang naglalabanan dito yung mga magkakakompetensya. So, nakita natin yung mga key players dito sa shipment na ito, lahat may link kay Vice Mayor Paulo Duterte. Okay, ngayon marami akong mga tanong kay Vice Mayor Duterte, pero simulan ko lang muna. I'll just test this. May tattoo ka ba sa likod, Mr. Duterte?
Mr. Chair, before I answer, will you permit us to make an opening statement?
Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Do you have a lawyer present, Mr. Duterte?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
In compliance with the invitation of this honorable committee, and as a gesture of respect to the Senate as a whole, I am formally appearing in today's proceedings. Once and for all, I now have the time to deny any and all baseless allegations thrown against me. Kinahanglan na nako
Spokesperson Ernesto Abella. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Today is very special. We're featuring one of the truly great statesmen of the nation. We're pleased to have today former Senate President Aquilino Nene Pimentel. He will be sharing with us the salient points on federalism, and this serves as the kickoff for a series of features that we'll be having regarding federalism, which should take about the next several weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, he's known also as the father of the local government code for being the principal